Hello friends and neighbors, John your whiskey neighbor here. Welcome to my kitchen table. It's been a longer week, but I wanted to reach out and pour a dram of something fun for you guys. Talk a little bit of whiskey as we head into what's left of the weekend. Today I want to look at a rye. Now this is a barrel proof or cask strength rye, and it's from California. This is Sonoma rye or Sonoma whiskey. What? Nah, Sonoma rye whiskey, cask strength. Sorry for my trip up before the opener, and thanks for staying with me. As I was trying to say, and I'm trying to do it a little bit quickly, this is a bottle from California. If you're a longtime viewer, you know I like rye. And you may know, or you should know, that I'm up in Canada, and Canada certainly grows a lot of rye and also produces a lot of excellent rye spirit. Alberta Distillers is here in my home province. That is often exported to the States for finishing or bottling and is released. Some really top quality stuff. This is 100% American. It's not Canadian spirit, Canadian release. This stuff is actually made in the U.S. In Sonoma County, I believe. I believe that's around Santa Rosa. I actually spent a year of my youth in south of San Francisco, so I should know the area, but I was a rather young lad. This is, it says, double alembic pot distilled. I don't know what that means, so I'm just going to say it's pot distilled, and it's naturally fired. It says it on the back. It's really nice. It says, it's made in traditional copper pot stills over direct firing. This is a California rye. It's 100% rye. It's not just in the U.S. to be considered rye. You just need to have 51% rye in the mash bill, but this is 100% rye. It doesn't say on here, it says it's unmalted is the primary, malted is the secondary. I read online that they do produce some rye whiskeys that are as much as 20% malted rye. I don't know what this is. It is aged in a new charred American oak. And this one was bottled a while ago in 2015, batch 8. It doesn't say how old it is. I read somewhere that it's pretty young, but as much as 5 years old, so a little bit unknown. This one is released at 54.4% ABV, and it's 100% rye. Let's talk about the whiskey. See what we get. Whoa, this is, and my experience that, pretty much going to be the whole review if you want to skip to the end where I say similar things. This is grass, herbs, zesty, youthful, citrus, spicy. Not, for me, overwhelmingly alcoholic, which you might think. It's pretty young, it's pretty bold, but it's also not mellow, smooth, caramel. It is, herbal, citrusy. So it's got that sharp, bright edge to the nose. Wow, so floral, grass, hay, lemongrass. Unique. See how it tastes. Cheers. So, this is white, black pepper, lots of different spices, a little bit of cinnamons, baking spices, but really on that peppery, spicy Jamaican jerk chicken kind of flavor. Lemon in there again, citrus in there again. And so much grass. If you'll hear me talk about herbal notes or grass notes in rye, and I like them. I don't mind grass notes in rye. I think copper distilled rye really carries some of those notes along. I get them in lot 40 and like them. Lot 40 would be balanced by more oak. And well, there's quite a bit of oak in here, balanced by more fruit, deepening fruitness. This has got that sawdusty, light, fresh cut oak. So it's wood, a little bit woody, and an unbelievable amount, for me, of grassy notes. Tasting notes, the back, they say dry, vanilla, allspice, and pepper. I would get pepper, spiciness, peppers of all variety, and drying, quite drying. But they don't mention it on here. It is, I would say, not deep into this bottle, it may evolve. But I would say this is probably the clearest example of that herbal cut grass, grassy, lemony note that rye can have in its core. And so I know there are many people out there that talk about not appreciating that. So it's tough to be a blanket recommendation. Going to add some water, see if it changes the essential nature of the spirit. But I would very much hope I would pick this out in any blind taste test. That brought in a few more other fruits, like still pretty sweet, pretty like almost some stone fruits, like peaches. Okay, no, not peaches. More of that grass. See how it tastes? Yeah, there is an edge of the fruitiness that comes out now, a little bit like apricot or like a sweet raisin, white grape. That I can get out of it now that it's just a little bit tamed down, right? Because it's pretty strong, 54.4%. But that essential herbal note to me is just, that is this whiskey. I don't want to over-dimension it. There is a little edge of caramel. There's definitely some cut woodiness in here. And vanilla, as it mentions, yeah, okay, I can get some vanilla sweetness out of there. So I can agree with a little bit of that, but I don't want to back off that main taste. What do I rate it? You know, that's the thing. I could not recommend this to anyone unless they kind of have had a few ryes. This would be, I think, a poor experience if you haven't had rye. You've been hearing about, rye's blowing up. Lots of people talking about rye or high rye bourbon. I'd like to try that. And I think if you have this bottle, I think it would put you off because it's on that edge. Because I appreciate quite a few different rye expressions, and many of them at that 100%, I'm thankful I have this bottle. Absolutely. Even though it looks like I haven't had it much, I've been sipping it just in like small bits, and I'll be having a different scotch, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember, what does that taste like? And I'll sip it, and I'm like, whoa, we're somewhere else. And for someone who likes a variety on their shelf, I really like it. So this is actually for me, it's a quality spirit. I don't find anything like bitter or distasteful. I think this is a good product. It's, of course, what did it say? Unfiltered, wouldn't be colored. And I think this is actually a nice product. So I'm at 4 stars, but it's an incredibly careful recommendation. I would recommend it for anyone who likes big, bold, spicy rye to try it. But I would, if you can find a taste of it first, that's the way to go. Because I think this is going to be a polarizing bottle. Love it, hate it kind of expression. And I'm closer to the love it because it's totally unique. And in my market here in Alberta, I can't explain offers or sales. It was funny. This thing was like at about $100. And the regular rye was like, I don't know, 95, like so close. Oh, no, it was 110. The regular rye was 95, both way overpriced. And then Wine and Beyond said, let's put it on sale. And they put the regular rye to $80 or something. I'm like, okay, yeah, $20 off. They put this to like $65. I didn't even blink. Are you kidding? I don't know what you guys are thinking, but if you can find it on sale, that was Wine and Beyond out in Sherwood Park. I would say it's certainly worth that kind of money. But offers and sales and stuff aside, just talking about the nature of the whiskey, this is unique. And I would say for rye heads out there, if that's a thing, you should try it. It's pretty cool. I wanted to give a quick heads up. I just shot an interesting interview with Bob Baxter from Two Brewers. That's these guys. And interviews are like, I'm glad I did it. They get so few views because most of us are just like, should I buy? Should I not buy? And that's cool. But I think listening to someone who's in the industry can be a really good way to understand whiskey a bit better. Two Brewers are out of Yukon, putting out some awesome single malt. Not what Canada's normally known for, but they've been putting out some pretty cool single malt. Probably in about 3 weeks, I'm going to review this bottle. I've had it before, so I kind of know what I'm in for. And then I don't usually tell you guys, but I know we're heading into St. Patrick's Day, so pretty soon I want to talk to you about a couple of Irish bottles. This one I've shared with you before, but I haven't given you actually a review, and I haven't talked about Sexton. So hopefully I'll get those out in the next couple of weeks in time for you to consider. Do I want a couple of those or maybe something else for St. Patrick's Day? Thanks for tuning in. You guys have a great weekend. Likely you might catch it on Sunday, so have a great Sunday, and I hope your work week is good. Cheers.